How did we go from the dawn of a revolution to fucking we are letting our government be picked apart single-handedly by an old man who's clearly showing signs of early stages of dementia and shits his pants? Hello, and welcome to a long overdue edition of Choose Violence, a podcast for feminine rage. I'm your host, Ishpal, and I'm terribly sorry for just fucking off for the last 3 months and abandoning all of you. The number of messages I've gotten of like, dude, what the fuck? Like, way to get me addicted to the podcast and then straight up bail. My bad. Sincerely, my sincerest bad. I have tried to record episodes in the past couple months, but I just get so full of anxiety over the fact that I bailed on you guys, and I'm like, everyone's mad at me. Run and hide. Run and hide, run and hide. That's kind of the mentality I've been in for the last couple months because I just feel bad. Essentially, I tried to take a week off for the holidays in straight up December. It is now March 31st because my therapist was like, Ishpal, you've been working really hard. I hope you take some time for yourself. And I was like, you're right, Caitlin. I'm going to take some time for myself. And then I did, and then that time didn't stop because I forgot that when you have ADHD, building habits, really, really hard. Maintaining habits, pretty solid. When you fall off a habit, restarting that habit, nearly impossible. So for the last 3 months, I have been oscillating through, I don't really want to do it, or that seems really hard, to, oh, I've waited so long that everyone hates me, I shouldn't do this at all, ad nauseum, ad infinitum, add all the Latin things. So now we're back because my mom was like, whatever happened to that podcast you were doing? And I was like, excellent question. I don't have an answer for you other than ADHD and anxiety. And she was like, Ishbal, that's a bad answer to that question. And I was like, this is fair. And also, if you know anything about my mother, which you don't because you haven't met the broad, but she's never been supportive of any creative venture I've ever had. So for her to be like, you should do that podcast, I'm like, that was divine intervention because nothing other than the absolute power of God could put those fucking words in my mother's mouth. So it's also, I'm supposed to be working on a book right now, a revenge ideas book. It's going to be fun. And I'm procrastinating on that. So what better way to procrastinate than to bring back the podcast? And it could be a fun time to check in, see what's changed since December of 2024. Because it's been a lot and also not a lot. A lot of things we thought were going to happen didn't happen. Poor Hemplo. Luigi. Copycats? Where you at? For months. Really weeks. Really, it was weeks. It felt like years, but really the Luigi stuff only had a few weeks to thrive before the inauguration, and then everyone fucking lost track. Completely lost the plot on that one. He's so hot. He's so fucking hot. He's so fucking hot. But sorry, not me getting lost in my own thoughts about how fucking hot Luigi Mangione is. Another reason that this podcast went dark, my very vocal support for Luigi, plus the name of this podcast. I did get very scared that the new administration, they would purposely misinterpret and misunderstand the name of this podcast, and they'd be like, she's Antifa, send her to jail. So, but also I think I will probably rename this podcast, probably like ADHD at its finest, because this podcast is kind of all over the fucking place sometimes. We will see. But yeah, Luigi, where's he? Like, they were like, we're going to charge this as terrorism and give them the fucking death penalty because fucking there's going to be copycats everywhere and CEOs aren't safe. The CEOs seem pretty safe to me in a way that I don't necessarily like. Also, if you're like, Ishpal, your voice sounds upset, but your face isn't moving. I accidentally got too much Botox. I was like, I feel old and ugly because that's how my depression is manifesting this month. And so I was like, fucking load it up, bitch. Give me 52 units of botulism. And now I really can't move my face very much at all. People in my life say they can't notice, and that's how I know they're not real friends. Because as I'm watching myself in this camera, I'm like, oh, genuinely none of my face is moving. I may have made a mistake. And I'm going back to her tomorrow for some reason because I can't lift my eyebrows. And I'm like, so what if we just permanently lift them a little bit so I look more like myself? And I'm like, oh, that will also look insane. So I'll probably even look crazier next week. And my face will be even more stuck like this. And that's fine because who cares? Do you guys want to see how much I can raise my eyebrows? We'll get back to Luigi in a minute. But do you want to see how much I can raise my eyebrows? Because it's hilarious. If you're like listening on Apple or Spotify, switch the video version because I think this is so funny. Okay, on 3. Ready? I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you how much I can raise my eyebrows. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. That's as much as I can raise my eyebrows. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's like Marcel the Shell with shoes on when he's like, "Do you want to see me lift a pencil?" And he's like, I can't lift anything at all." That's how I feel with my eyebrows. I can't. Do you guys want to see me make a frowny face? Watch. Hold on. Okay. Okay, my face hurts. Okay. That's all I can do. I'm really trying. I'm with all my might. Just literally can't move my face at all. But that's okay. But I will say I've been making TikToks lately, and it's confusing to watch them back because my voice, my face, they're misaligned. The alignment is off. And to you Botox connoisseurs who are like, "Ishmael, don't move your face. You're going to undo your Botox." It's been a couple weeks. Although, actually, I do think I did it a little too much. I think my muscles are like, "Oh, wait, we remember how to do this now. Stop it, guys. Chill." Because even though I don't love how it looks, I did pay for it. So I would like it to last as long as humanly possible because shit's fucking expensive. But, like, yeah, why does society be like, everyone's got to look young? I had a realization as I was injecting my face full of bullshit and briefly was addicted to volufiline. That's a story for another time. I was like, does this look better? I was like, I look younger, but I feel like I looked hotter before I started fucking with my face. So that's a lesson to any girls out there who are like obsessed with looking young. In November, I was like, I'm so much hotter now than I was in my 20s. And then I had a weird depressive phase where I was like, I am an old hag. I need to pay a bunch of money to the capitalist fucking overlords to look younger. So the men that I don't want to date find me attractive. I don't fucking know. So people will mistake me for being younger because that gives me like a weird ego hit and ups my self-esteem for some reason in a really unhealthy way. I don't know. And now I'm like, I think I looked hotter before. Like age looked good on me. I don't know. This is kind of a ramble, but so I look younger, but at what cost? But Luigi would frankly be disappointed in my decisions. But yeah, what the fuck happened to him? We haven't had any court updates whatsoever other than the prosecutors won't turn over evidence to the defense. And the court's kind of complicit because they've turned it over to the court, but the court just like won't give them the evidence because I'm sure there fucking is none. I'm sure it was all bullshit. And then that's it. They're just kind of stalling while this beautiful, gorgeous man with a sexy, sexy body is just rotting in prison. And we don't get to look at him. And so much stuff has happened since the inauguration. Oh my God, how has it only been 2 months? Oh my God, it's been 2 months and 10 days. I thought it was 1,000 years. I thought this has been forever. It's been 2 months. Holy fuck. But everyone's just forgotten about Luigi. And I'm like, we need copycats now more than ever. Okay. And government, don't misunderstand it. This is a comedy podcast largely. Okay. Just fucking relax, government. Okay. You're not getting any points by arresting a nice Indian girl who used to be a lawyer and lives at home with her mom. Okay. Nobody's going to believe I have a manifesto. Okay. Relax. But like, if there was ever a time for copycats, this would be it. And where are the copycats? And I thought like, and we were all like, Monopoly's a multiplayer game. Luigi wasn't playing by himself. I'm sorry. Where are his co-players? The co-conspirators? Who else was he playing Monopoly with? And why are they suddenly getting so shy? I would love to know that. I would love to know what the rest of fucking Luigi's plot was. Because we know that plan wasn't finished. Or like, why did he let himself get caught? There were so many good mysteries surrounding the Luigi case. And we've just gotten answers to none of them. Like I really felt, I remember sitting in that time and I was like, this is the dawn of a new era. This is the rise of class consciousness. This is, it's officially bottom versus top, not left versus right. Like shit's about to change. We're on the brink of a revolution. And then not but 2 months later, Donald Trump shit his pants at the Super Bowl. And they just admitted it and we were all cool with it. And their flex was, yeah, we had to leave because the stadium didn't have facilities for him to clean himself off properly after he shit his pants. Fuck that stadium. And they were just like openly like, yeah, the future dictator of America fucking shit his pants. And everyone's like, yeah, he's old. He does that. And we're all just okay with it. How did we go from the dawn of a revolution to fucking we are letting our government be picked apart single-handedly by an old man who's clearly showing signs of early stages of dementia and shits his pants? Like, there was a video I saw on TikTok. I'll get back to Luigi in a second, but this is why it's going to be called ADHD at Its Finest. I do think that's the new podcast name, so tell your friends. But there was a girl on TikTok who showed a video of like It's behind the scenes footage of Donald Trump like filming a commercial or some shit, probably like saying you can have salvation for the low price of like $100 fucking campaign donation, which is another thing they're doing on Fox News. They're like literally selling salvation and like blessings and prayers and guaranteed protection by angels for like $150. Like, I literally can't. Another reason we had to take a pause on the podcast, because like as I'm talking about this, my back started hurting. It became bad for my mental health to be openly talking about how I'm fucking upset about everything I am. So they show him, and like the camera can only see from his waist up. And not only is he on like little padded platforms to keep him standing upright, because you know how he always like leans forward because he's mentally deteriorating. He was also like, he was wearing a blue suit jacket and blue pants, but the blues don't match. And the girl kind of like zooms in, and you notice that he's wearing plastic pants because he shits himself so much. Do you understand how many pairs of pants you have to destroy by shitting yourself, to the point where like your team is like, this is no longer economical. We need a better solution. Let's get custom made plastic pants to match his suit jackets. Like, how many times do you have to shit your pants? How many suits do you have to ruin before they're like, having a team meeting? Because you know that wasn't one person's decision. It wasn't, Melania doesn't give a shit. It's not like she was like, we need to get my husband plastic pants. No, there was like a chief of staff and like a bunch of staffers in a meeting trying to figure out what to do about Donald Trump constantly shitting his pants. Like, it was a legitimate, like, there were meetings, there were emails, there were Slack threads to figure out what to do about Donald Trump constantly shitting his pants. And then the best solution they had was to buy him blue plastic pants to wear all the time, so when he shits himself through his diaper, because he's also wearing a diaper, so he's shitting himself so hard, he's shitting through a diaper into his pants, and he blows his ass that aggressively so often that they had to have meetings to get and take measurements to get custom made, because that man is not a normal size. They're not getting that off the rack. They had to get custom made plastic pants so it's easier to hose him off when he shits himself. And whose job is that? Like, what intern has to go in and hose off Donald Trump and wipe his ass? Because you know he's not doing it himself. You fucking know he is not doing it himself. So there's literally someone whose full-time job is to follow Donald Trump around and have an extra pair of diapers and plastic pants. So when he inevitably shits his pants and blows through his fucking Depends, his diaper, they have to be like, okay, Donald, let's go, and fucking take off his pants, hose him off in probably a public restroom. With what? Like, are they just using baby wipes? Like, in my mind's eye, I was imagining like they just have like a big stark white shower, and he like takes his pants off and they hit him with a hose. But like, what do they do when they're on like, is there a shower on Air Force One? What if they're at like a campaign rally or something? Like, is somebody baby wiping down all of the fucking diarrhea off of his legs? Because it's not solid shit if it's going through the diaper onto his pants. And like, what is he eating that he's having that much diarrhea? Is it like all the doctor or the Diet Cokes he's drinking? Like, just running right through him? And then it's like, so they have to take off his pants, take off his diaper, dispose of whatever nightmare is contained in there, and then wipe down his like crepey old man skin, like all down his thighs. Like, there's probably just shit in the folds of his old man's skin that's like probably very thin and like yucky to the touch. Like, you know, old people's skin. I love old people, but their skin feels strange. And then they have to like wipe his gigantic ass. And then probably like his balls too, because it's probably going everywhere because it's a diaper. Like, if it functions anything like a pad, it doesn't matter that you're fucking bleeding out the front. It's coming all the way up the back. If we remember that from middle school, it was quite perplexing actually how the blood. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I was about to say TMI, but we're literally talking about Donald Trump shitting his diaper. But then it's like, probably have to wipe down his balls and his cock. And then it's like, and then once he's clean, you have to put a fresh diaper on him and then new plastic pants. And how many times a day do you have to do that? Like, what a shitty job, pun intended, because I thought it was funny, and it was funnier if I hadn't said that. But that's certainly somebody's full-time job, is following Donald Trump around with diapers, baby wipes, plastic pants, and And like, he's probably like so obstinate. Like, he'll shit his pants and then doesn't want to tell anybody. And probably like will keep shitting his pants over and over again. And that's probably why it leaks out. Like, maybe it's not always explosive diarrhea, but he just like refuses to go to the bathroom because he's like a big, strong man and doesn't want to admit he just shit his pants because he has dementia. So he doesn't remember that he does it literally every day. Oh my God. And the smell of like a 6'3", 250-pound man shitting himself multiple times a day. Like, imagine everyone on set or like in the office. Like, is he just sitting at the fucking secretary's desk or whatever the fuck it's called in the Oval Office, just like in a fucking diaper full of shit? Because that man's sitting down a lot. And so if he's not just like standing up and shitting in these and he's like, oh my God, you guys, I just shit myself, let's go clean it up. Like, he doesn't have any sense. So he's just like a giant baby in a diaper. So he's just sitting fucking signing executive orders, shitting his pants. And then someone has to smell it and be like, Donald, did you shit your pants? And he'll be like, oh yeah, I guess I did. And then they'll be like, okay, let's go clean you up. And he's like, okay, hold on, I need to talk to Kid Rock some more. Because Kid Rock was at the White House today looking fucking insane. Also, why does that man have 7 strands of hair? I don't know. Kid Rock, not doing great. The fact that Kid Rock was pushing for like half decent legislation to like get rid of junk fees on ticket sales, I'm like, that's actually pretty good. And so the one good thing that's going to get done by this administration is going to be done by Kid Rock, and it's for ticket sales. While U.S. citizens are getting thrown into El Salvadorian prisons because they're getting kidnapped by ICE. Like, but back to Donald Trump's shit pants, because it's a lot easier to talk about than the fucking nightmare that is this country right now. Okay, so then he's just sitting there he wants to hang out with Kid Rock for a little bit longer, and he's just sitting in his own shit. And so it's like, it's probably not just that you just have to wipe his ass. His gigantic ass cheeks are probably also covered in shit because it's just sloshing around in that diaper. And like, he's like a fucking baby, right? He'll throw a tantrum. So like, what if you accuse him of shitting and he didn't even shit and then you get fired? So like, and people are scared of that. So then how many people have to confirm that they smelled Donald Trump's shitty diaper before somebody has to go over and be like, hey, Donnie, did you shit your pants? And then they have to go fucking change his diaper. Man, I didn't even know I had all those thoughts, but that's happening. And then like at the Super Bowl, when he shit his pants, like, what did it take for them to realize they didn't have the facilities to clean him off properly? And then did he just like get into a car and then go on Air Force One with like pants full of shit? From reports, there was shit leaking down his pants leg. And I remember when that report came out and everyone's like, that's fake news, that's a joke. And then the White House confirmed it. And they're like, yeah, he shit his pants. The Saints Stadium should have had better facilities. What? But like, that's the thing, even in the plastic pants, there's still shit leaking down his pant leg, even if they are disposable plastic pants. So if like he's being obstinate, or they don't, if they God forbid run out of baby wipes, is he just like in the car on the way to CVS getting shit all over the limo, and then you're like his aide and you have to be in there with his like diaper full of shit and pant leg full of shit? I may have really beaten that horse with a dead stick, but no, what? Ishpal, what? I may have beaten that. I was going to say beaten that horse with a dead stick again. I may have beaten that horse with a stick until it was dead. Why aren't the words coming? I need water. I don't think I've had any water today. Whatever. I'm beating the fuck out of this dead horse, but I'm baffled by the fact that we don't talk about this every day. Like, why isn't it at every fucking White House press conference? What the fuck do they call them? With the press secretary? The fucking, not the State of the Union. Oh my God, Ishmael, you went to law school. What are those called? Like the press briefings, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Why aren't they every day being like, hey, Donald, did you shit your pants today? Like, why isn't there a Twitter account that just reports how many times Donald Trump has shit his pants so far this year? Like, that should be a thing. That should be somebody's full-time job, is just reporting to the people how many times your president has shit his pants today. I feel like that's something we should know. I feel like that's something we should have known before they elected him. Because, I mean, I doubt that this pants shitting debacle just started on Inauguration Day. Like, why was there no investigative journalist going around during the election saying like, oh, that big strong guy that you think is gonna like save America, that you think is like so masculine, yeah, he shits his pants every day. Here are the stats. Here are the analytics of how many diapers he goes through in a week. Like, why isn't there some mole in the White House who reports on like the diaper shipments? Because I'm sure it's astronomical. I'm sure the amount of Depends that man's go through is insane. Then I was just thinking, like, if Donald Trump doesn't shave his balls, which he's so old and there's so much mass in between him and there, I'm sure he hasn't seen it in years. So unless someone's shaving that for him, then it's like, is all of the shit also in his short and curlies? Like, I need to find out who that staffer is that has to clean up Donald's shit pants, and I need to send them a bouquet of roses because they're not paid enough. And I just got the image of like they're cleaning it up, and then Donnie like shits his pants again while they're cleaning it, and you know he's saying weird, inappropriate garbage the whole time, and he probably makes it be a girl, unfortunately, or a boy. I don't know. He would probably enjoy abusing either one of them. I hope it's JD Vance. I hope JD Vance is on shit cleaning up patrol. That would be fun. Do you think that's the reason why he's like so beholden to Elon Musk? Like Elon Musk has like stats on how often he shits his pants, do you think? Or like a video of him shitting his pants that he like threatens to put out there? Or like he caught Donald Trump like getting his ass cleaned by a staffer and has video of it, and he's like, if you don't let me do whatever I want with Doge, I'm gonna fucking post this video of you getting your ass wiped by an intern. And he's like, no! And like the shitty diapers just like around his ankles because he doesn't understand the importance of like removing everything first. And so it's just like shit plastic pants and a shitty diaper around his ankle, and he's getting his ass wiped by an intern, and he's turning around like, do you think that's why Doge gets to do whatever it wants? And that's why Donald Trump is like doing infomercials for Tesla because Elon Musk has that footage? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Elon Musk has footage of Donald Trump with a shitty diaper and shit plastic pants around his ankles getting his ass wiped by an intern who's cleaning him off with baby wipes or hosing him down. And that footage is being used to blackmail Donald Trump into letting Elon Musk do whatever he wants. I'm going to say that is what's happening behind the scenes at the White House. And I will stand by that until the day that I die. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk on Donald Trump's shit pants. But in summation, Donald Trump wears plastic pants because the White House can no longer justify purchasing new suit pants for Donald Trump every day because he's constantly shitting his pants because he is an old, incontinent, demented man who no longer has control over his bowels and yet somehow has control over the nuclear codes. What the fuck else is going on? I don't even know. Like, I took a week off TikTok to like see what it would be like in anticipation of the van / I was talking to a boy, so I was like distracted from the internet for a week because I had like other sources of dopamine. And so like I don't even know what the fuck's going on in the world. Like I guess we could talk about Signalgate, but I guess everyone has talked about it. I guess what I will say about Signalgate, for those of you who don't know, which I would say if you live under a rock, but now that I've been off TikTok for a week, I'm like, oh wow, people in the real world do not fucking talk about the news. So if you're not searching out the news, you don't know what's going on. Like I was off TikTok for a week. I came back March 25th. Signalgate happened March 15th. And on TikTok, everyone's like, March 15th, and I was like, what the fuck happened on March 15th? Apparently a fucking huge deal of a thing, and just no one in the real world was talking about it, which is crazy. So if you don't know, if you're not on TikTok, if you have left since the app came back and you're like, I don't fucking need that shit, low-key we do, because you probably have no idea what the fuck is going on, because at least I didn't. But I guess Pete Hegseth and like 19 other people were in a group chat on Signal, which was an app that was once upon a time like supposed to be like secured channels of communication with encrypted messages that like delete after a set period of time and you can like never recover them. That was used by like people super into cybersecurity. That's now just used by men who want to cheat on their wives and apparently the federal government to plan war crimes. They were like in a giant ass group chat talking about plans to illegally bomb Yemen. And everyone in the group chat was like, we don't need to do this. And Pete Hegseth was like, no, but we do. And then they just bombed the fuck out of Yemen. And they accidentally included a reporter on it, which everyone's up in arms about. But I'm like, thank God. Thank God they like drunkenly added, because it was drunkenly. Like I want to be very clear. Like we'll circle back. But they mistakenly added a reporter to the group chat. And everyone's like, this is a huge security breach. Da, 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 da. Thank God. Because of this reporter, we actually know this is happening. Who knows how many other fucking group chats there are discussing like highly classified information on like this fucking unsecured network that can be hacked by literally anybody. They're probably planning fucking everything. They're probably planning who wipes Donald Trump's ass on the fucking Signal chats. Do you want that in the hands of North Korea? Probably not. But anyway, so that happened. And everyone's like, how did this happen? How did this happen? Like, blah, blah. Do you want to know how it happened? Pete Hegseth is a fucking alcoholic. And based on those messages, if you read the ones that have been released, clearly a coke addict who is super into bombing shit. The thing that I don't understand about Signalgate that no one's really talking about is like, why did they have this guy's contact on Signal in the first place? Like, why do government officials have the contact information for a reporter from The Atlantic and a programmed into Signal. Like, I don't totally know how Signal works, but I think you like need to add people on Signal. Like why does the chief of state fucking have a reporter from The Atlantic's cell phone number to even be added into the group chat in the first place? Like, does that not feel sus? Like, I don't know what to do with that information, but it feels weird. Like, why does he have that? Like, at what business does Pete Hegseth have getting the phone number of a reporter at The Atlantic? It seems weird to me that no one's talking about that. Like, obviously, yes, they were planning war crimes. It's America. That's what they do. Obviously, like, it's annoying that they're doing this on Signal after the whole, like, lock her up, Hillary's email things, for sure. They're like, how are you so incompetent to add a reporter? But I mean, I frankly think it's good that the reporter was on there, because who knows how many other fucking places they're doing this. Like, that feels like a real god shot to me of like, hey guys, this is what your government's doing. But like, why did they have a reporter's cell phone number in the first place? And that makes me feel like this is maybe on purpose. If somebody was like, we need to get this out here that these motherfuckers are like being wild as fuck, planning military attacks impulsively, not in like a closed door meeting where people can like discuss stuff with like generals, but like in a fucking group chat at night. So, okay, so that was very all over the place, but I think that's the episode. I don't think I finished any of the thoughts that I started on this podcast. I think I wanted to update you guys on all the stuff that happened in the last 3 months, and then I didn't do that. I think I started talking about Luigi and then Donald Trump's shit pants, and I just got lost in the sauce. And that'll happen sometimes, which is why the new name of this podcast will be ADHD at its finest. So if you see that in your Spotify and you're like, I don't listen to this, surprise, bitch, you do. I just changed the name because I'm scared of the government. And the government, if you're watching this, be chill. Fucking be cool about it, okay? You know Donald Trump shits his pants too. And is that the guy you want to send me to jail for? You know? Anyways, this was the podcast. We are back. I pinky swear. I hope this was okay. We're going to get back into it. I love you guys so much. I hope TikTok's not banned by the time this episode posts. And if it is, great news. I'm going to be on YouTube so much more. So follow me on TikTok, @whattheish, if it still exists. Follow me on Instagram, also @whattheish. But that one's truly just my personal account if you want to just like see my pictures from college. But I imagine I'll start posting on there if TikTok goes away, because even though we used to be like, fuck Meta, now I'm just like, I just want to have a place to post shit. I truly don't give a fuck. Truly nothing matters. And then here on YouTube, also @whattheish, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or whatever. But on that note, I'm going to go to bed because it is 10 p.m. and I got to be up early. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with me. And thank you for tuning in. And I already said I love you so much, but I'm going to say it twice because I do. Okay. I love you so much. That's the third time. And I'll talk to you soon.